Take a deep breath and settle into your comfy chair. Welcome to the Healers Collective, the podcast that will alchemize your health and ignite an expansion within your soul. I'm Caroline Nixon, and with my over 25 years of experience in all things holistic, as well as being a psychic, a healer, and a medical intuitive, I will guide you deeper into your energetics, your body, and your soul, supporting you along your path to be the best healer, psychic, energy worker that you can be, knowing and trusting that your body is fully supporting you. Together, we will be navigating all things energy, vibration, frequency, mindset, soul, body, spiritual practices, and more as we move through this thing called life. So grab a cup of something hot and let's get to it. Okay, so welcome to another episode of the Healers Collective podcast. And today we are going to talk about what I would do as a psychic, as a medical intuitive, as an energy healer who works with the body. What I would do if I got sick, if I received a diagnosis from a medical doctor. This is by no means medical advice. I am not ever telling you what to do. Part of my mission here, I suppose, is empowering you as a person, as a human, as a healer, as a psychic, as an energy worker, as a regular person that's not even in this field, to make your own aligned choices. So this is not by any means saying do not go to a medical doctor. Absolutely. I believe Western medicine has its place. But I also know and trust that energy healing can be really powerful. And so let's get into what I would do. Here's the first few things that I would do. Now, this isn't by any means like step by step. I mean, you can loosely follow that. But what I have found that this kind of information that I'm about to share with you, it can be like all at once. It can be, you can do all of these things kind of simultaneously. But for the purposes of this podcast and for posts that I've made around social media, I'm giving you a loose order in which to consider. Okay. So let's get into it. So if I was in the doctor's office and I got, a call or I got a call saying, we got, your test results kind of thing. Okay. And it wasn't great news, whatever it is, whatever the diagnosis is, whatever they're telling you. Remember, you're a soul in a body having a human experience. Allow your human to feel all the feels, the shock, the horror, the fear, the anxiety, the worry, the sadness, the oh my God, and how could this happen? And oh my, all of it. Feel all of it. This is going to keep coming up throughout your, we'll call it a quote treatment plan, but throughout your healing journey, we'll call it that. That's better because we're healing. Okay. Things are going to come up. Emotions are absolutely going to come up. And if you kind of push them away and, oh, I don't want to look at those, you really are going to slow down your healing process because you are pushing things down. So, because they're uncomfortable. And it's one of the reasons I can confidently say that perhaps your body is having the issues that it's having in the first place. Years and years and years and decades of shoving your emotions down, festering, living in the body, lowering your body's, vibrancy and overall frequency is one of the things that we're going to need to look at, but that doesn't come until later. Right now, first thing, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, how could this happen? Have all the feelings. You can write them down, you can journal it out, you can yell at the top of a mountain, whatever you need to do to begin processing how you feel. Do this as long as it takes. And there is no timeline on this. There's no timeline on any of this. Okay. So that's basically step number one. Feel your feels. Okay. And then once that begins to settle and you're like, okay, what are my options? Now, again, this isn't saying don't work with your doctor at all. You can do all of these things, and I would highly recommend you do all of these things that I'm sharing with you alongside of whatever medical support you're getting, whether that's a Western medicine, integrated medicine, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Okay. The next thing I would do personally is I would take stock of all of my choices. So I would get into my food pantry and I would look at where I'm allowing toxins in my body. We live in a world that sometimes often feels like it's trying to kill us. Between the air, there's no nutrients in our food, the pesticides, all of the chemicals, microplastics, heavy metals, parasites, vitamin deficiency, mineral deficiency, it can be really, really, really overwhelming. Again, this step is a process. So I would be looking at everything I put in my body and on my body, how I clean my house, what am I using to clean my house, what shampoos and soaps and lotions and makeup and all of that, laundry detergent, huge, huge. Uh, where am I drinking water bottles that are plastic water bottles, and I'm just, adding to my toxic load by all the microplastics that they're discovering? Okay, we want to look at all of that. All right. And begin to swap. There are so many really good swaps nowadays. Get on your computer, Google it out. You can also reach out and I can share with you some of the things I do. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But I really have, over the years, really cleaned up the foods that I eat and the things that I use to clean my home and makeups and all of those things. These are important. We don't want to add more toxins to a body that's already full of toxins. Okay, so we want to stop it, and you stop it by stopping consuming those things, and also, cleaning up everything that you put on your body as well. Okay, remember your liver is pretty much having to filter out everything you put on your body and your body. Everybody's liver needs some support. In fact, put your hand on your liver right now and say, "Oh, my Lord, thank you so much. I love you. I love you so much. I love you so much." Love your liver, okay? So, again, this isn't like a one and done deal. This is something that you're going to come back to as you deepen your knowledge and your capacity for some changes. Some people can go cold turkey, all or nothing. This is what I'm doing. Some of us need more micro steps. You know how you are. You got to find a way. Well, you don't have to do anything. But if it were me, I would find a way to slowly begin swapping out things and getting more cleaner products. Okay. And then the next thing I would do, again, you know, this is like a moving ship where all these pieces are just, we're doing all of these things, is I would connect with my body. What does that mean? I mean, I would sit in silence with my hand on my heart and just feel my heartbeat, because so often we are so in our heads, thinking, 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 doing, 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 worrying, worrying, worrying. What if, and we are not connected to our damn body. And then we get a diagnosis and go, oh shit, where did this come from? This came out of nowhere. I promise you it didn't. I mean, 99.999% sure it did not come out of nowhere. Your body is always talking to you. Are you listening? Are you paying attention to the little twinges, the little whispers, the little ache, the little pain? Are you pushing through it and just, taking an Advil or a pain reliever and, going on because you got so much to do? And I mean, we live in a hustle society and, get it done. And we're in all us women, or we're in our masculine energy and we're doing things and we're making it happen. all of that. And first of all, that's exhausting. Okay. And secondly, that's super masculine, and women are more designed to be in their divine feminine, but that's another podcast. Okay. We want to spend some time connecting. Now, how much time? I don't know. Like, it depends. Like, what I have found is that sometimes people don't change unless shit gets really, really real. Unless their body is like screaming so damn loud that they have no other option but to take a step back. Okay. If that's you, I'm talking to you. Okay. So, in a perfect world, we'd be listening to our body and moving and taking action based on what our body and our intuition are saying every single day. But we got lives to live and we're busy and we get distracted all the time. So it's really important to take a step back, connect with the body, sit with it, just sit with it, feel it. What is your body communicating? And you don't even necessarily have to be psychic to do this. You close your eyes, take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just feel your body. Like, are your shoulders so tight that you can't even lift them without feeling pain? Is your low back like screaming at you? What's going on? Where are you feeling whatever it is? Okay. Noticing, witnessing. No judgment. No judgment. We're not judging. We're just feeling. We're just being. We're just being. Okay. Do this for as long as you need to. I'm not going to tell you how long to do it. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what's going on with you. Only you know what's going on. Okay. Or maybe you don't. And if you don't, I want you to sit for a long time. All right. And then once that feels like, okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I can feel. Yeah, I got some tightness here, got a little twinge here. I want you to begin asking your body what it needs. And I would even be really specific. If you just got diagnosed with a thyroid issue, you got Hashimoto's or whatever, or you've got irritable bowel, or you've got heart issues or liver issues, whatever it is. I don't even care. It doesn't matter. If you can, put your hand where that, or so like if it's your liver, put your hand on your liver. If it's your throat, gently kind of put your hands on your throat and ask, what do I need to know about this diagnosis? What do I need to know about you? What do you need? And then shush. Okay. This is your time to listen. You might get a knowing, you might hear something, you might see something in your mind's eye, you might just know, oh, okay, cool. I need to do this. I need to do that. And then, because a lot of people stop here, they say, I talked with my body and I got all this stuff and it was amazing. Cool. Do what your body is asking of you. Okay. And let me just back this up by saying, if you are not used to talking to your body and you sit down and you're getting full on sentences about all these things that you need to be doing, that's your head. That's probably your head. Your body whispers. And spoiler alert, and this isn't to make you feel bad or wrong, because that's not, I'm here to empower. Remember, if you have a physical body medical issue, your body, because we're all energy, we're all frequency, and certain diseases have a frequency, and health and vibrancy has a frequency. And if your body is in disease, okay, in misalignment, we can just call it misalignment because that's what it is. You are not in alignment for the health that you desire, okay? So we got to take responsibility for that, even if that feels really uncomfortable. However, it's really, 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 really empowering, because if you are so powerful that your body is so misaligned, then you are so powerful to bring it back into alignment. Okay, but we're going to talk about that again in a minute. But you want to ask your body, and if you've got something going on physically in your body, chances are really, really high that you have not been paying attention. And so there is a level of trust that you need to rebuild, having a connection and a trust and like really strong relationship with your body. So by listening to your body, you're building trust. By doing what your body says, and it might be, you might hear a vitamin or a mineral, or I need this, or I need sunshine, or I need a walk, I need rest, whatever it is, okay? Because it will, for the most part, if you are not connected to your body, it's going to come in like little one word knowing, one words like rest, water, salt, whatever it is. Okay. I'm not saying that those are some common ones, but then building the trust by going and doing it. Because it's all well and good to get the information. And isn't this wonderful? And look at me, I'm getting all this information. Now go and do it, because that's going to show your body that you're listening and you're trusting its wisdom. It's building trust with your body. Okay. Let that sink in. So you want to do this often, often. Often. This isn't a once a day. Like if you've got a medical issue and you are like, I am healing this, I want to feel better, I want my energy back, I want my vitality back. This is the work. This is part of the work. Okay. This isn't like I'm just gonna do it once a day for 5 minutes. I mean, okay. But the more you do it, the more you commit to your healing journey, the the more your body's going to respond. Okay. After that, this is where this is where the work really begins. Okay. This is where, and again, no particular order, but kind of, what are your beliefs? Do you believe? This is where you get a journal. Do you believe that you can heal? Do you believe that your body can heal? And a lot of times people say, oh, yes, of course. Of course, I believe. Of course. And that's okay. I'm going to call BS on that, because if you believed it, it would already be true for the most part. Okay. So this is where you need to look at, do I believe my body can heal 100%? And I see psychics and spiritual and all those people saying one thing, and then, you know, immediately running to the doctor when they have a sniffle. Okay. And whatever, it's your prerogative. It's not my place to say. But if you are a healer, an energy worker, a psychic, and you say that energy can heal, but then you get a diagnosis, and then all of a sudden you don't believe, you go in because you're human. Okay, you got the feels, right? You got all the feelings. It's scary to get a diagnosis, absolutely. Do not, yeah, I agree. But now it's almost like, do you really believe? Like, what do you really believe about your healing abilities, about your body's ability to heal? Do you believe that your cells can be healed? Do you believe that you can reverse dis-ease in your body? And you just want to know, because if there's a part of you that doesn't believe, then how you going to heal? Okay. You're going to be swimming upstream. You're going to be doing little things here and there, but then your body's not going to fully heal. So you want to know, what are your beliefs about your body? Okay. What are your beliefs about healing itself? Do you believe your body can heal itself? Do you believe you need medical intervention? Again, this isn't what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. You want to know where you stand. And this is where it's really important to get into that. You want to know, like, do you believe that as you age, your body just breaks down? It just breaks down. Or do you believe that, well, my mom had it and my sister has it and my grandma has it, so of course it's genetic, I'm going to get it. You want to know these things, because this can and will shape what you experience. What you believe shapes what you experience. So this is an important step. And you want to come back to this often, and you want to really become what my guides have deemed radically mindful of where your thoughts are during the day. Are you telling everybody and their grandma as you're walking down the street that you got this diagnosis? Are you talking about it? Are you giving it energy because you're talking about it? Now, I'm not saying to never talk about any of these things. But you know those people that are so wrapped up and it becomes their identity. Oh, well, I'm a this or I have that and I'm a this survivor and I'm a that and they identify energetically but also verbally, and it's their way of that becomes their identity. And again, I'm saying that you can do whatever you want. Okay? You can do whatever you want. But is that helping your body trust you? Is that helping your body heal? I guess is my point. Maybe, maybe not. All right. If you're constantly going around talking about your irritable bowel and I can't eat this and I can't have that and I can't do this and I can't do that, that's the energy. We're just talking energetically. That's the energy you're putting out. So, you know, I'm advising you to think about that and write it down. And if you are sitting here going, well, I don't know. I don't know if I believe I can fully heal. That's where you start digging in then. Okay, well, why? And start digging in. This is also where you might need support. All of these steps, you might need extra support. Okay. This one and the next few are definitely where you're gonna, unless you can detach and be really neutral to look at your own stuff and heal yourself, because there I believe that we have that ability if we can get out of our way. But if you've got so many emotions around it and you're not like thinking clearly because you're in fear and you're in worry and all of that, again, human, right? That's cool. You might need extra support because another healer, another psychic, another medical intuitive can see through your story, see through your blind spots, see what you're not able to see in this now moment because of emotions and things like that. So I've always said healers need healers. And people agree with me. Yes, of course. Yes, yes, yes. And then I've also seen these same healers and psychics get mad at themselves for not being able to heal their body. And it's like, okay. Might want to look at that. So that's another question you could ask yourself. Like, as a healer, as a psychic, do I feel like I have to heal my own body? Do I feel like, I'm a failure as a healer if I can't heal my own body? No, the answer is no, you're absolutely not. So I'm just going to leave that one there. All right. The next thing that, again, they all blend together. Okay. But you need to look at, or I would look at trapped emotions, stuck emotions, festering emotions that have kind of lodged themselves into the body, depending on what's going on. It's one of the reasons why I do a full body scan when I work with people, energetic full body scan, because I want to know like what their emotional state's like. Like, is there, and okay, is there like an emotion that's stuck in the liver or whatever? Now, this is where I'm going to be very bold and say there's so many books that say if you have a low back, this is what it means. If you've got, a stiff neck, this is what it means. And let's just remember, I'm not dissing on any of those books. I think there can be a lot of really good information out there. But let's remember that these books were written by people, and we tend to write through our own filters. Okay, so unless you are super duper, ooper, booper, booper, neutral and clear, chances are we're getting some beliefs and opinions through these books. And I've yet to see a book that's 100% all the time. I've worked with people that the low back is not about freaking money and it's not about this. It could be completely different. So if you are absolutely have no idea about energy and you're listening and you're wanting to heal your body, those books can be helpful. But I just caution you, don't take it 100% because that's not always the case. Okay. So we want to maybe look at them. I don't look at them, but if you need to, fine. But then you really want to go back to your own body. And again, this is where another healer can be super helpful is to begin exploring the emotions. And this is where we do healing journeys. This is where I take people to look at their shadow aspects. So, their inner victim, inner child, self saboteur, the martyr, all of those. Okay. It could be the wounded healer, it could be the wounded woman. It doesn't matter. I don't love labeling anything. It's just whatever shows up. It's the energy that we need to look at because there's always an emotion. There's always something that needs to be looked at. Also, and also as well is a lot of times a younger version of self steps forward because there was a hurt, a trauma, real or perceived, big or small. The subconscious mind does not know the difference. Okay. And remember, when we're little, sometimes something seemingly small can happen and it feels really big to a child. So, again, we want to look at all of that. This is where we do the shadow journeys. This is where we do the journeys into the body and into the organs to see what is being held there and why, so that we can understand everything before we go to the last step, which is the energetics. I'm a medical intuitive who's also an energy healer. I move energy out, I bring energies in, I kind of manipulate energies. You are all energies. Every organ has a specific energy and frequency and vibration, every system. You're pure energy. And so bringing someone who is, sick and feels like junk back into vibrancy and energy and, strength and all of that, it takes time. It's a journey, but it also takes like energetic healing. Okay. Again, if you can get out of your own way and be super duper neutral and do that yourself, cool. This is where, again, it is very helpful to have someone who is not in the throes emotionally, who can be neutral and see what really needs to happen in order to bring the body back into homeostasis, which is the goal with my work, at least. I want you to feel amazing. Okay. So those are the main steps. It's a lot. You might want to listen to this again and take notes. And this isn't a be all end all. This is just where I would start. And it, like I said, it is a daily thing, but it's also like, one day you might work on this and the next day you might work on that. There's no rules per se because you are individual. You might have more emotional stuff going on than belief stuff. You might need more energetic support than somebody else. You are unique. That's why it's, a one size all healing doesn't work. And if you're working with outside support, awesome. Beautiful. Getting all the support from all the levels is really going to help to empower you as long as you're the one making the decisions for your own health. Okay. Not being bullied into doing something that you don't want to do, but really making informed decisions with everything that you do. This is, in my view, how you're going to heal your body by looking at all of these things, by diving deep, getting uncomfortable. Okay, um, and bringing things to light so that your body can come back into balance. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that it was empowering because I feel like we are so powerful. And one thing that I've seen, I'll say this is kind of the end, is in the future, people are going to be less and less excited about going and getting just mainstream treatments because they're seeing that they're not working as well because our medical system doesn't treat you like a whole person. It just wants to, surgeries and medicine, pharmaceuticals and all of that. And it's not balanced. We need the full picture if we truly want to heal our bodies. So that's what I have for you today. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's something that you would add to this list. Again, it's not a be all end all. These are just first six things I could think of, and it's quite a lot. So I will see you on the next episode. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.